I've got Deneen Borelli here, Conservative Review senior correspondent. Also, Capri Cafaro, Democrat of Ohio State Senator. And finally, Charlie Gasparino. Charlie, I begin with you. This is very interesting. This is the party saying, even despite what was a pretty good performance by Donald Trump last night, depends on your point of view whether you think he won or lost, but certainly better than his first debate, they're already starting to leave him. Now, I don't know where this goes ahead of Vegas, but man, oh man, that can't be a good thing for Republicans, period.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things going on. As you reported first on your show this weekend, the RNC basically went on red alert that he might have to resign. And obviously there's only one, meaning Donald would have to resign in the wake of those tapes being released. So the establishment Republicans, for better or worse, are now distancing themselves from him in a major way. Now, Mike Pence said before, give a guy a second chance, essentially. Why he believes in redemption. The problem with this is, and this is what these guys are telling me, they've given Donald 400 chances. John McCain, the epileptic reporter mocking. You can go. I'll forget a few, but there's been a lot, and it's reached now a crisis point where they're worried, essentially, Neil, about the future. What more is going to leak out? And by the way, there's a month left. I mean, voting trends can change.
Yeah, well, there are rumors that there are other tapes and that this could be moving ahead of that. We don't know. I do want to, before I get to our other guests here, bring you up to date on this poll we've been screening at the bottom here from NBC and the Wall Street Journal, showing in a four-way matchup. Hillary Clinton is now winning in a romp, 46 support among likely voters versus 35% for Trump. It has not been that big since before the conventions. Yeah. So Hillary Clinton's lead has built in a four-way race. It's bigger in a two-way race as well. So right now, looking at that, Capri, you have to be saying that the Clinton folks might be feeling pretty good. I stress this is before last night's debate. How do you think that debate will affect this math?
I think that, objectively speaking, Donald Trump had a strong performance towards the end of the debate when he focused on issues of the economy in particular. He was able to pivot every single time something came up. He was pivoting to, for example, the fact that Hillary is part of the past and that she's had 30 years to accomplish some of these things. So he did have a much stronger debate performance, obviously, than the first debate. But the issue of the tape is not going away, and I think that the Republicans, particularly, the Democrats, particularly in the House and the Senate, and this is why Paul Ryan, I think, is concerned. There's no way that Nancy Pelosi at all is going to let the American public forget those tapes. They're going to say, if you do not denounce Donald Trump, then you are, basically endorsing the statements in that 2005 video. And so, it's a really tough place for the Republicans to be in right now.
Neil, I find it pretty interesting that people are abandoning ship because of words that Donald Trump said versus the actual actions that Bill Clinton did. He acted on his thoughts when he assaulted those women, and his wife was the attack dog. I think with this election, people have two choices, and they know how Hillary Clinton wants to govern: higher taxes, more regulations. She wants to put coal miners out of work. And you look at the other end of the spectrum. Donald Trump talked about cutting taxes, reducing regulations. This is about the direction of the country. You even mentioned New Jersey is going to raise gas taxes by 23 cents. That will be harmful for Americans.
See, I agree with everything you say, but here's where it gets tricky for anybody running for public office. This is an accumulated thing. There's an exhaustion. And let's be real clear. Donald Trump, this is outrageously disgusting stuff that he said, but he has said other disgusting stuff. And I like the guy. And personally, I really like him. But when this starts piling up, and by the way, you got to win a close House election race. You got to keep the Senate. It's survival of the fittest, and this guy is almost toxic. One more, Deneen. And he's toxic. He's almost toxic now.
And that's
really
what the Democrats are. That's what the Democrats are going to try to capitalize on. They're going to try to paint this as a pattern because of the statements that Mr. Trump has made over the last year, and because those things are more recent than 2005.